Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Harlie Rogers and today I'm doing a review on the Sweet as Honey eyeshadow palette by Focallure. I swore then. Focallure? Focallure? I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm pretty sure. This is the look that I did today. Overall, I'm very impressed with it, as you will see throughout the video. I struggled a little bit at first, but then eventually it all comes together. This palette is just like... What sticks out to me the most is this red shade here called Cordovan, or Cordovan, and Trevi Fountain, which is why I had to use these two shades today. But also the other glittery shades are beautiful, like Misty Rose, Pure Copper, and Witchcraft, of course, is a beautiful shade as well. I feel the need to make two videos, possibly on another look for this, but we will see in the future. I'll show you just a few swatches quickly. So this is Trevi Fountain. I mean, look at that, that is beautiful. Let's try Witchcraft. Witchcraft is there, so nice. And then I will quickly show you Cordovan, which is just a nice deep red shade. And another one, let's try Pure Copper, which is this pinky shade, and they are just so beautiful, which is why I just had to get this palette. I was contacted actually by Vanessa store through my Instagram makeup account, and they offered me a discount code, which is collab in all capitals, and it gave me 40% off. Whether or not it will work for you guys or not, I'm not too sure, but they offered me this, so then I was able to buy myself whatever I wanted, and I chose this palette because it really stood out to me and it's just beautiful. So yeah, I'm very grateful for that, and I'm very happy with this palette, as you'll see throughout the video. So without further ado, let's just jump straight in, and I hope you enjoy, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. So excuse me because I look like I currently have a Halloween costume on, because my eyes, I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm having the worst either allergic reaction or serious eczema around my eyes, and it's sore and it's painful as fuck. So I mean, I even have it badly on here, but I've concealed it, so if the eyeshadow comes out funny on this eye, then that's why, but this eye should be fine. But I don't know what's going on. My eyes are so sore, but yeah, let's just had to point that out first. So looking at the palette, I just love it. I'm trying to think what colours to use. I want to use this blue, because look at how beautiful it is. Like, that is just so freaking beautiful. Like, I want it on my lids ASAP. So I'm thinking maybe starting off with the red, packing it on, either the pink, either pale chestnut or deep peach. I'm trying to think what one would transition best. Maybe deep peach, I think so. I think that if I do another look, Turkish rose and pale chestnut will transition together a lot better than that. Don't think twice, don't think twice. Ooh! I probably should have cleaned my brushes beforehand, but you know, what can you do? We're gonna take Cordovan, which is the red shade, and we're gonna pack that onto this little pencil brush right here, and then pack this into the lid. I mean, wow, okay, that is pigmented. That is so pigmented. Holy moly. I mean, what I'm thinking I could do is just pack this on and then blend out the red, and then add the deep peach shade on top of that, because I really want the red to stay. I don't want to lose the red, because it is such a nice cool red colour. So then taking my Sigma tapered blending E43 brush that I got very recently, and it is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful blending brush. I am just going to blend out the red. There's nothing really on the brush. Let's see how the colours blend. This is the next test. Now, this eye is going to be a little bit cooked because I've got such dry skin. But I am using cream for it currently. But it just keeps coming back. So I can't really help it at this moment in time. I mean, that is blended out nicely. Okay, so we blended both of those out, both in the eyes, and I'm kind of looking at it now, and I'm pretty impressed. I think it's just my dry skin that's just really, really annoying me, because I think otherwise it would look amazing. This eye looks a lot better than that eye, but you can't really see it on camera, I don't think. So yeah. So next we're going to go in with this deep peach shade right here, and we're going to just use this tiny little detailed brush to tap off the excess and then just apply it on top in a sort of windshield wiper motion. I'm then just gonna keep packing on the red into my lid and just making sure it really stands out, because it's kind of actually faded away a little bit as I've blended and blended and added the transition shade, which if you can see or not, just very slightly on top. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but in person you can quite see it pretty clearly. Let me see if I can just... okay, no, you can see. You can see that orange shade just on top of it. Like so. I'm just going to keep going over a few times with some red and going to do some major blending. So I'm a tit and realised I completely forgot to add Scotch tape to my eyes to add that sharp effect. So I'm going to quickly do that and then carry on with the blending off camera, so you'll see very soon. Okay. So I've added my Scotch tape and I look like a crazy mess right now, even more than I did before, but I'll clear it up once the tape's all gone. I blended out the red as much as I could. It kind of does look messy. I mean, it's got to be the eyeshadow. I used a very good Sigma brush. If you haven't used it before, then you know, which I've used with my Morphe shades, and it blends it out like a dream. So I think it could be the eyeshadow, but still, I'm still hopeful because the red is still a beautiful, beautiful shade, and it could be just to do with my current situation with the dry skin on my lids. However, this lid's fine actually, so I think it's just to do with that, and maybe slightly to do with the eyeshadow, but still, it's fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set my brow bone area with the lightest shade called Cosmic Latte, which is this very bright white shade right here, and with this white brush, it's not a white brush, it's a fluffy brush. I'm just going to apply this here, and this will also help to blend out the very top of my eyeshadow. So what we're going to do next, because I really want to use this blue Trevi Fountain shade, we're going to cut the crease. So I'm going to use this flat brush and also some concealer. I'll be using the Lasting Perfection concealer in the lighter shade, which is Extra Fair. So I've concealed my lids, and now we're going to add this beautiful, beautiful blue shade called Trevi Fountain, as I've mentioned a few times already. So I'm just going to use a flat shader brush. It already has some blue product on it, but it's not going to really make a difference because you've seen how pigmented this blue shade is. Well, on my finger. I don't know how it is on a brush, but we'll find out. And then I'm going to use my finger a little bit and then add some more on, because my finger does a lot more of a better effect. So I'm then just going to pack this onto my other eye as well. Okay, so this blue shade is beautiful. So beautiful. As you can see. I love it. So now I feel like we need to add something to the outer corner, and the next darkest shade we have is a black. So I feel to just maybe add a tiny bit of black onto the outer corner, and just see how that goes. What I might do is actually mix it with the red and see what shade we can get out of it. It's just giving us a deeper red, which is probably what we're hoping for. So it hasn't applied very well. It's kind of patchy, but it has added a darker depth to the crease. I think so. But the moment of truth to see how good it really looks is to take off the tape. So we're going to do that right now. And then we will remove the excess. So actually that actually looks pretty good. Okay, now that actually looks pretty promising. Now that we've got rid of the tape. The next what I'm going to do off camera is quickly just add some false lashes and mascara. So I will be right back. So the false lashes are on. These are just some GWA lashes that you can get from either Primark or Savers. I love them, they're just so big and fluffy and dramatic. So I've just added them on off camera. So now we can move on to the skin. So for foundation, oh wait, before foundation, what I like to do is use the Rimmel hashtag Instafix and Go 2-in-1 setting spray primer. So just spray this all over my face. And let that sink in. Like that. Just like that. So what I like to do is mix the NYX Stay Matte but Not Flat Liquid Foundation in the shade Ivory with the CYO Long Lasting Foundation. I don't know the shade, but it's a dark shade. So I mix the two together. I am running out, so we're in trouble. And then I'm once again going in with the Long Lasting Perfection Concealer by Collection. Did I say Collection? I think I said Collection. In that, once again, the lightest shade Extra Fair. And I'm just going to highlight underneath my eye area, down my nose, chin and forehead. And then once again blend that in with my Beauty Blender. And then with the Collection Press Powder, sorry, I'm just going to powder my whole face with this. I like to start with going in with a detailed brush, this small fluffy brush, and going onto my under eye area first of all, just so you really can get into the small areas, like so. And then the chin, down my nose, and the forehead. So I'm going back in with the eyeshadow under my under eye, and I'm going to take this, once again, this small detailed red brush, or red brush, but it's got red product on it, and I'm going to apply it onto the red eyeshadow and then place it under my under eye area, very closely to the lash line, just to join it up with what we had on the outer corner of my eye. And then this brush has a bit of red product on it, but we're going to blend it out. And then with like a smidge of black, we're going to add it to this corner of the eye. My camera died, so I just carried on filming the rest of doing my under eyes. As you can see, I just added the red and then a little bit of black onto the outer corner of my under eye, and then I just added some mascara, so you didn't miss out on much. So next we're going to do is contour my face and bronze and highlight and all that good stuff. So I'm going to go in with the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palette, and with this shade right here I'm going to contour. I'm then just going to, with that same shade, bronze with a bigger brush and just bronze my cheeks. I then like to go in with this powder brush and just tame it down a bit, just so it's not so crazy looking. So I'm going to use the LA Girl Strobe Light Strobing Powder Highlight in the shade Watts, as in W-A-T-T. Now I've hit the pan and it's really sad because this highlight is amazing, like it's beautiful. It's like a goldy shade instead of a white. It's like a beautiful gold shade. So I'm going to take this fan brush and I'm going to just pack this on and then add it onto my cheekbones, and you will see just how beautiful it is. I mean, can you see that? Look at that. That is just to die for. Then the bridge of my nose, and then the cupid's bow. And then what I'm also going to do is highlight my inner corner with this same highlight shade with this small detailed brush, and I'm just going to pack this on onto the inner corner of my eye. I'm then just going to do a very light bake very quickly, which I forgot to do. I should have done it before I highlighted, but I like to do it underneath the contour, just to add that sharp edge. And then usually I do it under my whole under eye, but we can't because the highlight is there. And then we'll also do it around the nose and the forehead. So that's the baking done, which I forgot, which is my bad. And then finally for lipstick, we're going to use the shade MAC. We're going to use a MAC lipstick in the shade Whirl, a matte lipstick, and I'm going to outline my lips with this. And then just with this Tarte liquid lip paint in the shade Bestie, I'm just going to apply this onto the rest of my lips, and this is going to add a little nice ombre effect. So it creates a nice nudie shade, and then that is it for the face.